Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to this rendition of tier ranking. Yep, we're doing this kind, folks. We're going into this. So, I've watched a YouTube video as of recently from Toonerific Tariq, if you can believe it or not. He's a fabulous YouTuber. I watch him all the time whenever he has an upload. I even miss his every Peanut special reviewed, volumes, whatever, videos, but apparently they weren't doing so well and they were affecting, all that type of stuff. So he needed to move on to other things. Bring back that, though, because I highly adore every Peanut special reviewed volumes. But anyway, though, we're doing this list. I specifically am doing this from the Toonerific Tariq video where he ranked every single adult animation show that they have seen, like Man with 1,000 Thoughts, Offbeat Kiki, Hats Off, those YouTube channels, they all did that. So I figured, hey, why not do that as well? Because I've seen a ton of adult animation, probably more than I care to admit. So let's just dive into this. We're just gonna fill up space and time because, hey, that's all we got to do now. And notice all my tabs open here. That's not an accident. So, and we're just gonna raise that up a little bit, see if we can do it a little bit more. No, that's a little too much. And here we go. Yes, that's perfect. So, first adult animated show we're going to rank. Also, I'm just explaining it here. So S is the top tier of all time. All that. A to F, and then haven't watched. If you haven't seen any tier list videos up until this point, which I would highly doubt that you have. So anyway, let's dive into this, shall we? Starting with American Dad. Now this show is surprisingly very interesting, to say the least. None of which is that it was started out to be like a Family Guy clone because Seth MacFarlane had a hand in it, and does a ton of voices in this show. It's basically kind of the South Park political equivalent to Family Guy, I guess, like a mixture of the two. And Patrick Stewart is actually a big, huge voice in this show as well. You wonder why Patrick Stewart is a huge voice in Family Guy. Well, here it is. This is why, because he's an American Dad. But yeah, this is actually a pretty decent show, and it got a lot better as the series went on, to the point where it's kind of getting a lot of heart to it, which is something that Family Guy has lacked tremendously over the course of its reign and all that. So I'm going to put this probably on A tier. I know, it's shocking. I know, shocking. But yeah, I personally do believe that this is one of the best Seth MacFarlane shows ever created, let alone animated and all that. So, that being said, let's just move on, shall we, to Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Now, to be fair, I've only watched a few seasons of this show. I haven't watched the entire series. I know, don't hurt me or anything in the comments, but of what I've seen, this is actually a pretty decent show. This is honestly for the stoners. This is obviously for, anybody that's not necessarily looking for a huge story-worthy show, although I heard that they do go more serialized towards the end of the series and all that, and especially with the last movie that came out and all that. So, but I don't know, I've seen it. I mean, it's fine. It's not, the best, but it's certainly not the worst. I don't hate it enough to really care, so I'm just going to put it right in C tier. Don't crucify me in the comments below. But yeah, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's not top tier, in my opinion, at least. Beavis and Butthead, A lot of people are going to hate this. Oof. D tier. I'm sorry. I do not like this show. I know it's got its fans. The Wild Hendry Skits, who's on the popular podcast, D Podcast. He actually adores this show. And this is actually Mike Judge's first animated show that he's made and all that. But yeah, I don't necessarily quite enjoy this show. It's very annoying. There's nothing to this show. This is basically MTV's version of Adult Swim shows. I really don't enjoy it. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me in the comments. But anyway, that's just my opinion. The Cleveland Show. This is actually not that terrible. I mean, especially compared to other shows in this whole thing. I mean, Family Guy was supposed to be the All in the Family type of show, and Cleveland Show is actually supposed to be the Jeffersons, basically, like a Jeffersons equivalent. That's Seth MacFarlane kind of explaining all that, but I don't think it really did all that well, specifically because it wasn't necessarily that funny. And a lot of the jokes were kind of racially kind of explicit and all that, and I don't necessarily enjoy it, so C tier. It may have its audience. I mean, some jokes were pretty hilarious, but otherwise, I have literally no idea. I can't really watch this show. And also with this thing, I have no idea what this is, so I'm going to put in haven't watched because I have no idea what the hell this show is. Fairview? Oh my gosh, this is an F tier. I'm sorry. So, for all those who don't know about me, I am not a liberal, but I'm not a Republican either. This show is really trying to tap into that South Park vibe and all that, but specifically bashing the Republicans and no one else. And I don't like shows like that. Stephen Colbert, who made this show, get off your high horse. Your show is not funny. Anyway, onward and upward, Family Guy. Now listen. Does this show have heart these days? Probably not, although it is getting somewhat better. Does this show have a centralized plot and storyline? No. But I would be lying if I said the jokes were not absolutely hilarious. Now, there have been some bad parts, bad eras in this show, and we actually went into it on D Podcast, but honestly, I cannot live without Family Guy. Family Guy is just that type of show that is just unapologetically hilarious for the sake of jokes. Nothing is character driven, nothing is story driven, it is just jokes. They're trying some new things, which I gotta say, it's pretty interesting. It's not necessarily that what I try to watch the show for. I mean, they've stopped doing a lot of the whole, cutaway gags. They stopped doing that type of stuff. So they haven't stopped it, altogether, but they've stopped doing it consistently and all that. And again, there are episodes that are absolutely not funny, but then there are some episodes that just get me just giggling and going up a storm and all that. So I would just put this at an A tier, mainly because of the first 3 seasons were absolutely top tier. And if it was only the 3 seasons, I would put it at S tier, because not only were they funny, but they held a very central storyline, basically. But yeah, because of some things like Brian's dead and all that, I would not necessarily rank it higher than A tier, honestly. I may be debating it up, putting it on B tier, but yeah, this is just too funny. So anyway, and this full English, I have never seen this show, haven't watched. Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. This show is fabulous, okay? This is when Adult Swim is at its finest. It is just absolutely brilliant. I laughed the hardest when it came to the Flintstones being basically mafia people, and what is it? Shaggy and Scooby basically being high all the time, but they don't explicitly come out and say it. They don't explicitly come out and say that they necessarily do that. So, which is just unapologetically hilarious. So, with that being said and done, not Bird Girl, because Bird Girl is not necessarily all that funny. Birdman, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first S tier. This is our first S tier. It's that good. I grew up with, Hanna-Barbera cartoons. It's just unapologetically hilarious, at least in my eyes. Moral Orel. Ooh boy. So this has a very big high fan base, and it is technically good. However, I can't watch this show after watching that one episode, and we all know what we're talking about with that one episode of Moral Orel. It's just so not cringy. It's just very good storytelling, but it's so sad and depressing, I don't really want to watch it anymore. And yes, it is funny, but just that one episode just kind of makes me kind of brush off the whole show. For me, at least, I think we have our first B tier. Now, B tier, here we go. It's not because of the quality of the show. It's just because I won't really be going back to watching it. So, with all that being said, there you go. So, okay, moving on to this. Rick and Morty. Actually, before we go on, let me just say this. If it wasn't for that episode, I would probably put it maybe a pushing S tier, but because of that one episode, I will never watch the show again because it's that dark. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I don't like dark stuff. So yeah, B tier, at least for Moral Orel. Great show, just, not my cup of tea. But anyway, Rick and Morty. This is a show that I unapologetically love. I love Pickle Rick. Now, the fan base is really cringe, granted, right? But the characters and story are just absolute bangers. And especially, finally, they are starting to reveal more about the actual plot and story, serialized plot and story with this last couple seasons. Hugh Jackman was in the season premiere, and the whole he who shall not be named that voiced Rick and Morty was also let go and all that, all that type of stuff. So anyway, with all that being said, there are some not necessarily good parts to this show. Like, for instance, I say seasons 1 through 3 are just bona fide bangers, except for that one episode where Morty kind of goes and does his adventure with Rick in the giant country, and it doesn't end well, and that's extremely dark, really fast. But yeah, other than that one episode, the Mr. Meeseeks episode, we'll just leave it there. Mr. Meeseeks is my favorite character in this entire show, but that episode was just really hard to stomach. But anyway, Rick and Morty, I love the show. There's some parts that are just not good. I'm going to just put it right there. And the fan base is just awful. So, with all that taken into account, I'm going to put this on B tier. And Moral Orel is above Rick and Morty in my eyes. So there you go, Moral Orel fans. There you go. Anyway, but yeah, Rick and Morty, great show when it wants to be. When it doesn't want to be, it's cringe. Let me just say that, it's cringe. Anyway, though, Robot Chicken. This show is very just immature humor, and I love it. I'm sorry. I'm 26 years old, and I love immature humor. Sue me. That being said, these past newer seasons are just not good. It's just, oh, what's popular now? I don't know. Roblox. We do a Roblox episode, but this time they gotta discover divorce or something. I don't know. Something stupid like that. I don't necessarily enjoy those episodes, but if you ever watched Robot Chicken's 3-episode thing of Star Wars, it's that good, okay? It is like SS tier, okay? Listen. But because these past seasons are just awful. I'm going to say it. There are just terrible seasons. I'm going to put this B tier again. Yes, B tier is filling up. I know. Actually, no. I'm going to put it C tier because it's just that bad. I mean, some of the seasons are actually, I put it above Cleveland Show. So there we go. But anyway, yeah. It's not good. Okay, it's the last few seasons are not good. I guess it's up to like 2005 when this show actually took a dive. But anyway, yeah, there's that. Smiling Friends, easy S tier. My gosh, it is absolutely hilarious. I mean, Oni plays basically make this show and all that, and it is absolutely just peak hilariousness. There's only one season as of the making of this video, but this one season is just absolute gold. It's perfect. It is perfect. Solar Opposites. You guys are gonna freak when you see this. I'll put it at A tier because, and above everyone else, above American Dad, above Family Guy. I almost said Family Dad for a second, but it's basically the same thing. Anyway, Solar Opposites is a fabulous show, okay? It's all about these aliens who are trying to find their way in the world. Wonderful. And then there's The Wall that's just absolute, it's not hilarious at all. It is an absolute drama. And they throw it out. They just throw comedy to the side and they're just like, what if we just make a drama? And they do it. And it's beautiful. It's perfect. The alien part of it is less perfect. And in fact, that's what drove it down from being an S to an A, but it is still hilarious, okay? It's awesome. This series is amazing. And of course, they got rid of He Who Shall Not Be Named once more. But yeah, this Solar Opposites, great show. And the new voice actor for the blue guy, Dan Stevens, who was Beast in the Beauty and the Beast remake, perfect. I did not expect that at all. And this, I have no idea what this is, so I will put it right here. I'm sure it's a good show. I haven't seen it. South Park, my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, watch the D podcast episode on this because, my gosh, South Park, it started out fairly cringy, but it just got better and better as the years went on, man. It's still going strong. They're getting a new video game out, Snow Day. Absolute top tier storytelling. Everything's hilarious. They do not hold back. They even got Muhammad in there. And for all those who do not like the fact they got Muhammad, they censored it. Okay, calm down. And for all those who don't know, they also do some stuff with Jesus and all that. So yeah. Anyway, though, hilarious from beginning to end. They touch upon a lot of human truths as well, which I cannot believe that a show like this can do. Okay, it looks stupid, it looks bad, but it is so much more. Now, when it went serialization there, it took a quality dump, yes, But is it still good? Hell yeah. Okay. There's shows that I have seen that are just worse in comparison. And, you know, this is like their 30th season or something like that. 25th season. They're still going strong. Okay. Family Guy. My gosh. It is so far down from where it used to be in my eyes. South Park. It's amazing. And I'm going to put this, ladies and gentlemen, S tier. Yes, right there. It is that good. Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I've seen a few episodes of this show. It is not serialized or anything. It's episodic. It's basically a space ghost interviewing, you know, real life people, which is absolutely hilarious. They are not doing it anymore, which I protest. This show needs to be, you know, at the forefront of everything. This show is the best late night talk show of all time, okay? Better than Eric Andre. Yeah, I said it. Better than Conan. I said it. Okay? Absolute gold tier. Now, when it comes to adult animation, I'm going to put it at A tier, specifically because they're not making it anymore. And for people who are just diving in to see a lot of this show, there's going to be actors and actresses and, you know, people that you will probably never see. You have probably never seen and all that. And they've kind of gotten away from the limelight a little bit. So, yeah. But anyway, great show all around. I highly recommend you guys go watch it. Anyway, though, Squidbillies. Now, I've seen a couple episodes. Haven't seen everything quite yet. I'm gonna put it in a haven't watched. From the episodes I have seen, I would probably put it C maybe, but I don't want to do anything there. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Super Jail. I'd say this is a great show. It is just balls to the wall hilarity. It's absolutely just sporadic in nature and everything's just going absolutely insane. Do not watch this if you're on acid. I wouldn't know because I haven't had acid, but anyway, I would put this B tier. And this little Prince thing, I forget the name, but it's Max Original. This will be an F tier because it's simply not funny. And it's only one joke. This prince is whatever and all that. And you gotta do with the royal family or whatever. And it's no, I'm sorry. It's just awful. It's awful. I'm sorry. It's not funny. If it was funny, maybe I'd put it to a C tier, but animation sucks. Jokes suck. Everything sucks. Anyway, The Simpsons. I have seen a lot of The Simpsons, and I'm trying to do a retrospective on The Simpsons as well, rating every single episode. It's coming along, guys. It's coming along. But anyway, the first, I would say, seasons 2 through 9 are absolute gold. Seasons 1 through 11 are the golden age. And then we got 12 through, 30 that are just trash. But now we're coming back, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming back. They're experimenting now. They're getting back to, no jerk-ass Homer. Jerk-ass Homer's dead. It's just getting better these days. Lisa's toned down a lot, thank God. Anyway. Ew. If I was just rating the seasons 1 through 11, it would be S tier. But we're talking about probably almost triple, kind of, almost double to triple seasons of nothing but schlock. So I would probably put this on A tier above American Dad, but still. Because when Simpsons are good, they're good. And when they're great, they are great. Okay, listen. But anyway, Unicorn, this show, Warriors Eternal, fabulous show. Amazing show. I would put this, once again, S tier, above South Park. It's basically a non-apologetic action show, and I love it. I can't really say anything else because it'll spoil a lot of stuff, but I highly recommend you guys go watch it. Velma. Now this is going to get some zestiness here. Now, I don't think Velma is necessarily that bad. But as a Scooby-Doo fanatic, as I'm getting into more and more Scooby-Doo, this whole show is just what an AI would make as a adult-oriented Scooby-Doo show. And I hate the fact that we're getting a second season on this piece of crap. It's not as bad, but it's still bad, okay? Oh, I would give it maybe a D-. Or an F+. What should I put it as? I would probably get the most clicks if I put it as F+. But because I'm honest with myself, I'm going to put this as a D-. Sue me, kind folks. I don't know. I'm not that big of a Scooby-Doo fanatic, but I am a Scooby-Doo fanatic. I know it's kind of a double negative, but still, I adore Scooby-Doo. Velma, though, it's just, yeah. Clone High. Now, to be clear, I have not seen the second season. Okay, so do not take this rating as me rating the second season. I heard it's bad. I have not watched it yet, simply because I heard it was bad. So there you go. Anyway, I have seen the first season, though, and the first season, not necessarily all that hilarious, but still pretty funny. It's more of a, what is it, a One Tree Hill mocking show, which I gotta say I'm all here for. It's got Phil Lord and Chris Miller attached to this project. It's like their first thing in animation, basically. And they said the whole reason why they made all these great movies is to get Clone High back on the air. They have, to mixed results. Gandhi is also very controversial, I heard. And there's that too. Anyway, though, with all that being said, I'm probably going to put this in high B tier. Let me see if I can get it over here. No. Over here. There we go. Clone High. High B. It is, at least the first season was really, really good. Second season's yet to be determined. So don't come at me in the comments saying, oh, season 2 is absolutely terrible. I haven't seen it. Calm down. Anyway, Crossing Swords. I've actually seen this show. It is one season. It's from the makers of Robot Chicken, and it's the most boring animated show I've ever seen in my life. I cannot believe I'm saying that, but yeah. I love the animation style. They're doing some kind of like Lego not mini figures, but micro figure type of deal, which I'm all here for. But at the same time, that's the only thing I have to say about it. It is so boring. They kind of sporadically go around. It's like they're trying to make the new Family Guy, but using their animation style from Robot Chicken. Yeah. So with that, I'm going to put this... D plus F minus. D minus F plus again. Is it better or worse than Velma? I would say it's technically worse, but I like the animation style, and I don't like Velma's animation style. So Crossing Swords is technically above Velma. There you go. Family Gal, I've seen a few episodes. I do not like it. It is trash. F. It is a shameless cash grab. Hard Drinking Lincoln. I have never seen this show, so I will put under haven't seen. Queer Duck, also haven't seen. Bob's Burgers. This is the show that many people come out and say that this is the best show airing on Fox right now. And I gotta say, there's some truth to that. Is it absolutely there? No, but it is the consistency is high. Let's put it that way. And it's just lovable. I mean, there's just really weird jokes that are very realistic that I'm just all here for. It's just that good. And it leaves me feeling happy inside. Even though a lot of the characters don't necessarily smile the entire show, which is kind of weird. That's the only real complaint I have. But this show is just absolute gold. So I'll probably put this in S tier. Yeah, I'm putting it right there because it's just that good. They don't really deal with politics a whole lot, but it's just a family trying to make it in the world. And you know what? I'm here for it. I have no idea what this show is, so we're going to put it right there. Big Mouth. I have seen this show, and it is pure cringe. F tier. It's very uncomfortable. There's some good parts to it. Probably won't give it that bad of an F. There is some good to it, but overall, it's just a package that's just really Netflix. You're canceling all your shows, but you're keeping this show up. Why? You know, there's something behind the scenes there. I don't know. It's kind of stupid. All right, here we go. Rapid fire through all the ones that I haven't seen. I haven't seen this right there. Haven't seen whatever this is. I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments below. Clerks, the show. I've seen this show, 6-episode show. I adore it. It was canceled way too soon. I would probably put this... Now, is it perfect? No. Is it great, though? Yes. So I'm going to put it right underneath The Simpsons, but above American Dad, just because we don't know how good we had it, kind folks. We just don't know how good we had it. Now, rapid fire again. Haven't seen this. Haven't seen this. I don't have no idea what this is. And I've heard of this show, Little George, but I have not seen it. This is the biggest, of course. I need to watch more. I'm sorry. Mission Hill. Have not seen this. And put it over here. Santa Inc. This show is absolute trash. I'm sorry. They tried. I get it. The animation's fine. But the jokes do not land at all. And it is absolute cringe. Putting it above Big Mouth, but below Fairview. I'm sorry. It's just that bad. And there's political talk in there too. So Santa doesn't need political talk. The only political talk you should have with Santa, associated with Santa, is believing in Santa. That's the only thing. But they instead put it there. All right. Tim and Eric's animated show. I forget what the name of it is because it was a long time when I first watched the show. I remember it being pretty good. I might need to do a rewatch though. But with all that being said, I'm going to put it maybe, from remembering it, put it in like low B. Just because, I don't know, it's Tim and Eric. So, yeah, I love their stuff. So, putting in a B tier. Koala Man. I've seen this show, and I gotta say, this is some great stuff. This is Australia's humor, all wrapped up in all of the best ways. I love this show. Now, to be fair, it is getting a season 2. It's not as awesomely hilarious as Smiling Friends, but it's really, really close. And I would think maybe another watch or a second season might put it, if it's as good, maybe put it as S tier. But for now, this is the top A tier for now. If I can move these over, there we go. Yeah, this Qualamon A tier, awesome. The Brak Show. I've seen this show. It's a pretty good show. It's a spin-off of Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. It's just missing something, at least in my eyes. It's just missing Harvey Birdman, honestly. It worked. Brak worked a lot better, honestly, when he was part of Harvey, or not Harvey Birdman. What am I talking about? Space Ghost. He's from Space Ghost. He'd work a lot better if he was part of Space Ghost, but now he just has his own show. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not up to par with like Space Ghost. So I'm gonna put it under Moral Oral here, B tier. The Boondocks. This show, I don't know if I can really rate it necessarily that great or critique it all that much, because it's a very, very African-American show, which is not bad by any stretch. But it deals with a lot of African-American things while also laughing at some of their things as well. Like the grandpa. The grandpa I cannot not stop laughing at. He's absolutely hilarious. But it's sort of like the Black South Park, honestly, in anime style, and I love their animation style. I would put this in A tier, above Clerks. It's really, really good. I highly recommend you watch it. A tier's getting the most, except for having watched. It's very interesting. Oh, here comes some more. Forget about it. Haven't seen it. These two shows that are the same shows, have not seen at all. What is this? Is this... I have no idea what this is. Oh, wait. I think I do know what this is, but I haven't seen it. So here we go. Alan Gregory. Haven't seen it. Again. Archer. This is a show that took me a long time to actually get into. It is a required taste. And once I figured out the taste, then I was like, I'm all in. This show is great. This is a fabulous show. Now, it's not Family Guy levels. It's not Simpsons levels of awesome humor and all that. It's its own thing, and I love it for it. But it is a required taste. So I would probably put it high B, specifically for that. Now, the quality is great, but you really have to be in the right, area here. Assy McGee, I've watched a few episodes of the show, and it is an F tier. It is so just awful. I'm sorry. It's like, I guess it's, what is it? Adult Swim's only F tier right here. Assy McGee is a person was so high when they made this, and it shows, and they did not develop it at all. Anyway, though, Bless the Hearts. First season of the show was very cringe, I'm not gonna lie. But as the series went on, it got a lot better. However, and it is supposedly taking place within the King of the Hill universe, which I am not for. I would say keep these separate by all stretches of the imagination. But it's not terrible. and it's not that bad, but you gotta get past that first season that's just bashing rednecks and everything, and yeah, so I would maybe put this high C tier. Yeah, it's it's all that type of stuff. BoJack Horseman, this is a dark show, okay? My gosh, it is some of the best TV ever made, but it's also really, really dark. It gets really dark in this show. I've watched every episode until the series finale. The series finale, I did not expect that to be the series finale of BoJack Horseman, but it was perfect. And yeah, the only real thing is I don't expect myself to go back and watch this because I don't want to get depressed. Is it funny? Yes. But it's also equal as much depressing. And yeah, so I would probably put this high A tier, probably right here. The quality of the show is fabulous, but I just don't like a lot of dark. I want some more light in the shows and all that type of stuff. I know this show, I forget the name, but I know this show is part of the whole, Family Guy ripoff cinematic universe that Netflix has. It's not funny at all. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. F tier. Central Park. These are from the same creators as the ones that made Bob's Burgers, I believe. It's fine. It's fine. It's not. They stopped, I think, on one season or two seasons. It's not wonderful, but it's not bad. It's not awful. So I'd probably put this low B, honestly. The animation's still good. The songs are great. It's just missing that core value, like the core family value of Bob's Burgers and all that, But, there's that. The Critic. This show, if it was still on today, would be absolute gold, okay? This show, back in the 90s, if you are in the mindset of the 90s, absolute gold. This is just, chef's kiss. So for that, it's absolutely hilarious, especially if you're a movie fan. And especially if you're an adult animation fan, it's just that good. So, yeah. But it did contribute to The Simpsons' decline, where they forced the Critic in here, in that show. So, yeah. But, to be fair, I still love this show. I'm gonna put this at a high A. Yeah, there you go. Sue me. I don't know. What's it to you? Party. I think this is Party Ants. There's something else there. I can't read it. But yeah, this show is fine. It's also a Family Guy clone. Or a Hoops clone. But a woman's perspective and all that. It's fine. It's not really all that funny. But it's just fine, I think they made one season of this, because I don't know if there's another season or not. I've seen that. Well, mid-C right there. Daria. People are going to hate me for this. I've seen Daria, but and I know it did a lot for a LGBTQ plus representation, especially in the adult animation, all that type of thing. But still, it is just not funny. It's the same joke for the most part, and I'm just not really into it. But I do know it's got a lot of fans. The quality of the show is really good too. I probably put it low B, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, Disenchantment. This is a show that I thought sucked in the first season because it was far removed from Matt Groening's other shows like Futurama or The Simpsons and all that. It's mostly serialized fantasy because you did today's modern age and you did a sci-fi thing. What you gotta do now? You gotta do fantasy. So it's Disenchantment. Now, I don't hate this show. I don't think it's necessarily that funny either. I think the story's pretty decent though. Especially the final season. It wraps up pretty epically and pretty awesomely, in my opinion. However, they did introduce a punk, what is it? A steampunk city and all that, which I just thought, okay, you're just breaking all the rules now in this whole show. But yeah, the little demon, Lucy, I thought he was hilarious. Elfo just gets crapped on, and I hate that. I don't know. Maybe I need to be in the right mindset. But yeah, I would put this high B tier. Not bad, but still it could be better. F is for family. I love this show. This show is just amazing. It's basically Bob's Burgers if Bob's Burgers was set in the 70s and there was more cussing and swearing, and that's it. It's basically a mixture of Bob's Burgers and BoJack Horseman mixed with the 1970s. And there we go. It's that good. And I love the characters and how they interact with the world and all that. And I love how, the main dad and all that, tries to find himself while also dealing with his family and all that. Honestly, but there are some problems with it as well. But overall, I gotta say, I love the growth. And it works, honestly. So, for that reason, I'm gonna put it in mid A tier. Above BoJack Horseman. There we go. Futurama. Now, Johnny Two Cellos is a channel I watch a lot, and most of his videos has to deal with Futurama. He's a diehard fan of Futurama, and he's also done every single season of Futurama and Cartoons That Curse, and that's the only show that's gotten that treatment, which I'm kind of interested in. Still a great guy. Love his content, but still, I kind of wish that kind of thing would hold true to I don't know, King of the Hill or something. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, enough of that. But for Futurama, I would say Futurama is really, really good when it wants to be, especially in the first few seasons. Kind of in the direct-to-video seasons, or season, if you will, the movie season. But then got kind of mixed in the last few seasons on the Comedy Central era. And now they're in a Hulu era. And I think Hulu actually did the show probably a lot better, honestly, than anything I saw in the previous 4 seasons, except for the series finale. The series finale I thought was the perfect series finale. But they had to completely redo it to kind of, get this series back on the air and all that. Overall, I really do love this show. It's funny when it wants to be. It's not funny when it's trying to not be funny. And also The dog at the very end, he's at the pizza shop, still guts me to my bitter core. Just, It's emotional when he wants to be too. So, yeah, there's that as well. So, I would put this show in low B tier, low A tier. That's right. Or, nah, it's above American Dad, above Clerks, above that, Simpsons. There we go. Anyway, here we are, going forth. Gonna have to redo this, because I'm starting to lose some space here. Border Town, I've seen some episodes. It's the same thing, like Family Guy ripoff. F tier. Great North, it's got the same animation style as Bob's Burgers. It is not good. I've tried so many times to get into this show, and it is not good. It is just trash. I cannot watch this, so I'm going to put it as higher F, because it is fine, but it's just not funny, and there's nothing to hold me to this show. I cannot watch it. So F tier. Human Resources, also, the F tier is growing, kind folks, and it's going to keep on growing. Another F. I would say this is technically better-ish than... Nah, it's not technically. It's a little worse than Big Mouth, but Big Mouth had a few things that were good, but overall was just, again, terrible. King of the Hill, my gosh, man. What? Come on now. King of the Hill? Are you kidding me right now? Great show, okay? Does it need to be animated? No. Am I grateful it's animated? Hell yeah, I am. This is a fabulous show. It's so much growth with these two characters, Bobby and Hank. It's basically Bob and Hank's show, but with side characters and all that to make it absolutely hilarious. It's rednecks done right. They're done with respect, but you can also make fun of them, So yeah, for that reason, I'm putting it S tier. It's the best show on this whole thing so far, at least in my eyes. There is not a bad spot. There's not a bad episode in this entire run, honestly. I mean, there's a few. Let me backtrack. There are a few. But there's not like a dark age or a golden age of King of the Hill. In fact, that's probably why it's so good, is because they're bringing it back. That may not be necessarily a good thing. But anyway, Hoops. This is another Family Guy clone. But, dare I say it, I really enjoyed this show. I'm sorry. It is hilarious. It is Family Guy clone done right. I don't know why. It's just that to me. Then again, it's not necessarily the best show, so I'm going to put it high C. High C. Because it's actually good. I'm sorry. Sue me. Housebroken. It's another show that is using the same animation style, I believe, as Bob's Burgers. But it's not good. It's just cringe. I hate it. It's basically a worse interpretation of The Secret Life of Pets. And I hated The Secret Life of Pets. So again, F tier. It's better than Assy McGee, but it's by not much. It's really, really boring. Inside Job, my gosh, man. Inside Job, a fabulous show. I love this show. Alex Hirsch had involvement with this show. That's the only reason why I started watching it, but it just blew up in my eyes for all the right reasons. Now, the dad is a lot like Rick, but he gets toned down quite significantly after the first episode. So, take for that what you will. But yeah, this show, fabulously well done. Taken from us way too soon. Make a season 3. Netflix, stop canceling this shows like this. I'm putting this show... Oh, I want to put it in S tier so bad. You know what? Above Bob's Burgers. It's that great of a show. I was going to put it in A tier, but you know what? I laughed every minute of it. And it's just chaotic enough to land in S tier for me. Sue me. I'm sorry. All right, Pickles. Not seen this show. I'm sorry. Fired on Mars. This is a fabulous animated show. And I do not think we're going to get another season of it. I could be wrong. Put in the comments below if I'm wrong. But it is absolutely great show. I'm putting it in A tier. It's not funny, but it's not trying to be funny, you know? I'm going to put it in between Futurama and Simpsons. Why not? This show, I've heard of this show. I have not seen this show, although the mom's pretty hot. That's all I have to say on that. Mulligan, haven't seen this show. I have no idea what this show is. Oh, is this the... Oh, I think I know what this show is. Yeah, this is an F tier. I've seen this show from Ralph the Movie Maker. It's the Nut Shack. Yeah, the Nut Shack. Terrible show. F tier. This is the worst show so far. C-Lab 2021. Once again, another fabulous show. How many shows do we have? Alright, let's just rapid fire through all these. Why don't we? Pretty fast here. C-Lab 2021. Once again, another fabulous show. And I need to do that. And there we go. C-Lab 2021. I forget what I was saying about that. But anyway, great show. I don't think I said a whole lot about it, but it's basically a ripoff of C-Lab 2020 with Hanna-Barbera. Why am I just keep on saying that? But anyway, it's the same thing as like Harvey Birdman and like Space Ghost Coast to Coast. It's hilarious, man. If you grew up with Hanna-Barbera, you get it. But anyway, I'm putting it in A tier in between Family Guy and American Dad. There you go. And yeah, well, there you are then. And I guess with this one, The Venture Brothers, I watched a few seasons and I pretty much got the show here. And I think it's really, really well done. Brock Samson is, without a doubt, my favorite part of the whole show. But I don't know, it's just not really a whole lot of plot, and I would think there would be a little bit more plot here. Not to say that there should be plot in The Venture Brothers. I mean, you know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Not the best, but certainly not the worst. I would probably put it above Rick and Morty here, just right in there. Yeah, I mean, I heard it gets better as it goes on, but I mean, it's not that well, for my opinion, at least. Xavier, this guy right here, it's basically on a PlayStation engine and all that. This one is just a very required taste, if you will. I had to watch this in a very, very peculiar time and all that. I wasn't high. Don't try that. But I had to be in the right mindset with this. And to be honest, it's a really good show. I'm not going to even lie here. Is a lot of stuff cringe? Yes, but cringe in the best ways. And yeah, people are discovering this more and making it even more popular. surprisingly enough, including Saber Spark. You should subscribe to him. Did a whole video on that, and that's how I actually got into the show. It's because of that video. So, because of that, I'm probably going to put it low A, mainly because you have to be in the right mindset in order to watch this show. You can't just pop into it and be all like, yeah, I'm ready, let's go, you know? You got to be in the right mindset. Paradise PD, oh gosh, another F. I hate this show. I tried watching it. I watched the whole first season of it, and I absolutely despised it. It was awful. Better than Santa Inc., though. Not even gonna lie. Teen Euthanasia, I have not seen this, so we'll put it right here. That's all I'll say on that. Drawn Together, I've actually watched this show, and it is, without a doubt, the most unhinged, non-PC show of all time. I'm not even joking. This is even worse than South Park, and South Park is not PC in the slightest. Maybe it is slightly more PC these days, but Drawn Together, absolutely not. Season 1 is the best. Season 2 gets a little to me. I mean, it's obviously going to be in the A, but should it be? I'm going to put it right above Clerks here. But yeah, still really good. You got to be in the right mindset, though. If you are a cancel culture person, you will not like this show. Okay, do not watch this at all costs. But anyway, yeah. Helluva Boss. This is a YouTube show from a Visvi Pop. I think that's how you pronounce the name. But yeah, she created Helluva Boss. She created what else? There was this other show that she did as well that's coming to Hazbin Hotel. Okay, there we go. Hazbin Hotel, that's gonna be made into an A24 show. It's premiering some channel, I don't even know. But Helluva Boss has a lot of heart, surprisingly, even though it takes place in hell. So yeah, dare I say it, this is the best YouTube show of all time, honestly. And I'm gonna put it, put it in A tier again. This time, above BoJack Horseman. There we go. It's that good, ladies and gentlemen. The end. Bird Girl. This is basically a sequel series to Birdman, Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. They try to take the same animation style, but cut out all the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, references and all that. Something I just do not like. Harvey Birdman, the whole shtick of that show was the Hanna-Barbera cartoons and all that. So, yeah, no, this one's not good. It is animated well. I'll give it that. It's just not funny, in my opinion. And I heard that season 2 or something like that, the series goes on, it gets a little bit better. But at the same time, I'm just like, where's the Hanna-Barbera logic, I was so excited for this show, and then I saw no Hanna-Barbera cartoons, and I was like, well, that just sucks. I'm going to put it in D tier, above Beavis and Butthead, but yeah, it's nothing special. I wouldn't recommend watching that, unfortunately. Is this Digman? I have not seen this show, so I'm going to put it right here. I need to watch a lot of shows. I am so sorry, kind folks. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see if we can shorten this again. We're getting smaller, kind folks. I'm going to have to use a magnifying glass in order to see this. Final Space. Final Space is an amazing show. Season 2 is a little mid, and that's the most YouTube-y thing I've probably ever said, but Season 1 is fabulous. Season 3 is even better, okay? Come on now. And they canceled this show way too short of a run. I heard the creators making this comic book graphic novel thing to finish out the series. I'm all for that. Criminal. It's criminal that they cancel this show. I want to put in S tier, but I'll put it in high A tier, mainly because season 2 does take a lapse here. It does take unfortunately does take a little downward spiral, but it's still good. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, what is this? Oh, I know what this is. It's Glenn Martin DDS. There we go. Now listen, I used to watch this show as a kid. I don't think my parents knew exactly what this show was about, but it was mostly that not really all that crude. It was more like a tad bit more spicier version of a normal sitcom, probably. Still good though, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't put it that high though. It wasn't, super up there, in my opinion at least. I would put this one in B tier. Moral Oral, a little bit above Moral Oral, in my opinion. There you go. That's all that. Let's see what else we got here. Home movies. I've tried to get into this show. I'm sorry. I cannot. I can't tell if it's supposed to be I can't tell if it's supposed to be like scripted or like not scripted. It's just comedians kind of going off the cuff and all that. I have a feeling that's what it was originally supposed to be, but it's fairly boring, honestly. I don't get it. I know there's some hype with this show. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I did laugh a couple times. It's just not all that. It's not that good, in my opinion, at least. It's fairly good. It's just not, up to par with something like, I don't know, South Park or something. So I would put this low B tier, a little below Daria and all that. Legends, I have not seen this show, so we're going to put it right there. My Adventures with Superman. This show is amazing. It's anime style Superman. It's basically Spider-Man if it was Superman. And that's the best I can possibly do here. It is simply wonderful. It's got the 3 main stars here. Clark, you got Lewis, and you got Jimmy Olsen. And yeah, it's the trio. And they seem like a trio. The charisma is off the charts with this show. That being said, they get into this multiverse garbage again. And listen, I am not against multiverse stuff, okay? I am there for Fiona and Cake. It's very big multiverse adventure time. I am there for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And even in the beginning, I was in for the multiverse in the MCU, but DC is just, in everything they do, they are just trying so hard. They are pushing and pushing the multiverse stuff, and I'm sick and tired of it. I like the DC stuff that doesn't have any multiverse connections at all, because I'm just sick and tired of it. And it's done in a very clumsy way. And I maybe I'm just jaded from all this multiverse crap that we're getting with the DCU or the DCEU or whatever they're calling it these days. The MCU, I'm jaded with that now because it's just not going anywhere. This show was amazing up until that one episode that detailed something about the multiverse, and I hate it. I hate that. But other than that one instance of pushing the multiverse garbage, this show is amazing. And I've wanted to hold out because I don't want this show to end, but I eventually watched the rest of the show and it's gold. So with that, I'm going to put it in A tier. The reason why it's not an S tier is because of that stupid multiverse crap. But yeah, it is just gold. I really wouldn't put this in adult animation, but it is in Adult Swim. So I guess technically it is, but I would probably... It's TV PG. It's not that, adult oriented. There's no cuss words. Maybe there's blood, but only a little bit, not a whole lot. So I'm going to put this in A tier. This is the highest A tier so far for a very long time. I'm actually going to... no, Final Space was actually an A tier. I'm going to put it right below Final Space, below Koala Man, because Koala Man is just absolutely hilarious, in my opinion. Cartoon Presidents, I have not seen this show. Putting it right there. Primal, oh my gosh. This is the best Genndy Tartakovsky thing I have seen in a very long time, okay? I'm not a huge fan of Dexter's Laboratory. I know, shocking. But I love... what is that? Symbionic Titan? I love that show. And call me a hypocritical fan, but I love season 5 of Samurai Jack. And I love Samurai Jack. And I really love the 5th season of Samurai Jack. It's just that good, in my opinion. In my opinion, of course. But Primal is something else entirely. It is done basically with its entirety without even speaking. Especially in the first season. There's barely any talking. And when there is talking, it's just gibberish. Because it's like, very early humanity. I guess is the Greeks or something. Spoiler alert. But season 2, fabulous as well. Oh, man. I'm going to put this in S tier. This is S tier, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. I'm going to put it right there for right now, but raising it up to S tier. Unicorn Wars Eternal, of course. I would put it above Unicorn Wars Eternal. But yeah, Unicorn Warriors Eternal is also a Genndy thing as well, I believe. But yeah, that's a great show as well. Primal, leaps and bounds better. I dare I say it. Anyway, though, this is Has Been Hotel. There's only been one episode specifically on this show right now. There is a series coming out about it. I haven't seen it yet. And I don't think many people have seen it yet, but it is coming. But that one episode was just gold, putting it in A tier just because it's that great of a show. Let me see if I can... for right now, I'll put it above Futurama. But yeah, Has Been Hotel, great show, great episode. I'll need to see the other show in order, like the entirety of the first season, in order to, accurately grade it, I guess. But yeah, fabulous first episode. Fiona and Cake. This, my gosh, I didn't think Adventure Time would get any better than it would be after the Distant Lands few, shorts that they got. This, I dare say it, like Adventure Time, Finn and Jake, that little thing there, I consider that the series finale, and it is absolute, just beautiful, absolute gold. Fiona and Cake, though, again, pure gold. I didn't think I would like it because it's multiverse crap, and everyone's in the multiverse crap these days, but yeah, this show is amazing. This show is great. You wonder why you didn't get a Ice King little short thing? I forget his name. Simon. You didn't think you'd get a Simon short thing. Well, that's because he got his own series, because it deals with a lot of garbage. And Finn says, "Suck these nuts." What more do you want? I mean, what more could you possibly want? I put low S. Dare I say it? Yeah, I'm putting in low S. Because it's that good, kind folks. It's that good. Go out and watch it. It's almost pitch perfect, in my opinion, at least. Okay, I have no idea what the heck this show is. Let me see if I can raise it up a little bit. Control Alt Delete. Nope. Sorry. Haven't seen this show. Boom. Digital Circus. I think I've heard of it. Haven't seen it though. What is this? I gotta play with the zoom here for a minute. Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade. Ooh. Yeah, I think I've heard of this. Haven't seen it though, so there you go. And 16. I think this is named 16. I've seen a few episodes. I don't want to grade it though, because that will be... I don't think I'll have a fair shot here. I am currently... Not currently, but I am sort of in the middle of watching it. I'm just going to put it in haven't seen, because I don't think I can give a fair grade to it quite yet. Oh gosh, what is this? See if I can search for it in Google here. I have no idea what the heck this is, but we'll find out. Murder Drones. Where is this from? What is this from? Is this from YouTube? Oh, yep, this is from YouTube. It's on my queue here, but I haven't seen it. Here we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Agent Elvis. Now, this one is sort of based on... Now, for all those who don't know, I'm actually a Elvis connoisseur, if you will. I love Elvis. I can't really explain why. He's the first, one-man band that's just blew up bigger than anything else in the world, and he was the king of rock, ladies and gentlemen. He's the king of rock and roll. Even though he stole a lot from African-American musicians and all that, but whatever. Not diving into that conspiracy. Not diving into that controversy. Not conspiracy, because it's real. Not controversy. We're not diving into that. But anyway, Agent Elvis is kind of a loose, kind of Netflix animated show about, loosely based on that one picture that Elvis and Nixon took together, because Elvis wanted to be an agent at large to kind of go into hippie circles to try to bust them for drugs and stuff like that, when in actuality, and many people, including Priscilla, has kind of confirmed this as well, Elvis was trying to do that because he wanted to get drugs for free. It's kind of a tragic story, but yeah. But yeah, this show is about Elvis if he was a secret agent. And it sucks. I'm sorry. I'm a Elvis connoisseur. I really liked Elvis 2022 directed by Baz Luhrmann and all that, and this show, I guess, was coming out around that same time to capitalize off of the Elvis biopic and all that. But it's just, it's not good. It tries to be funny, but the joke, there's only one joke this entire show, and it's Elvis being a secret agent, and that's it. There's nothing else funny. After that first joke about it, it's not funny ever again. So I'm gonna put it, dare I say it, it is worse than Velma. Yeah, D tier, D minus. I would put it in F plus, but The animation is technically okay, and maybe it's my bias toward Elvis, but yeah, it's not the absolute worst like The Great North. That is just absolutely not funny. I did laugh once in this show, and I don't regret watching it like Housebroken or whatever. Celebrity Deathmatch. I've heard of it. Again, haven't seen it. Have not seen this. I don't even know what the heck that is. Haven't seen that. Haven't seen that. This isn't Scott Pilgrim, is it? No, it's not Scott Pilgrim. It's something else entirely. And finally, our last little thing here, Arcane. Now, this is from League of Legends, which I was kind of shocked that it was, because it's actually good, and I hate League of Legends. It's just like a mobile game or something. I don't even know. I haven't even played it necessarily. I'm not really into that League of Legends type of gaming, honestly. But Arcane made me want to look into League of Legends, but I still haven't. But yeah, Arcane, great show. Chef's kiss. It's got drama. It's got lore. It's basically Primal with more talking. That's my little thing here. So I would put this, dare I say it, S tier. I'm gonna work my way up here, kind of folks. I know it says meta here, but I think that may be something else entirely. But we're just gonna put it above Inside Job here. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's the list. There's a lot of shows that I have not seen that I need to get on. I apologize, but yeah. A lot of fabulous shows that Adult Animation's made. And yeah, maybe I'll start doing this with some other things that I like. But anyway, though, guys, that's it for this little video. What did you guys think? What are your ratings on, I don't know, Moral Oral? Is it too low? Or is Robot Chicken too high? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Comment down in the comment box, and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. More vids coming your way, and hey, take care, guys.